Okay, so let's get right into this because what we're talking about today is a huge leap forward in cybersecurity. And honestly, it sounds like it was ripped straight out of a science fiction movie. We're breaking down Poland's brand new, supposedly uncrackable digital shield.
You heard that right. While most of the world is just talking about the future of security, Poland went ahead and just switched it on. They are actively using a system that protects their most sensitive data, not with clever code, but with the fundamental laws of physics itself.
So what is actually going on over there? Well, in cities like Kraków, Poland is rolling out a next-generation security network, and it's completely changing the game for how they protect their most critical information. So let's take a look at exactly what they're trying to guard.
Now, look at the scope here. We are not talking about protecting someone's social media account. This is the heavy stuff. This is about securing the absolute core functions of a modern country. Highly sensitive government data, official city records, and all that vital secret communication that has to happen between government offices and data centers. And this quote just nails the core idea. You have to forget about complex math problems that, could eventually be solved. Think of this new system more like a digital lock with a built-in tripwire. The second the spy even touches it, the lock basically self-destructs, and everybody is alerted instantly. It's a totally different way of thinking about security.
But to really get why this is such a massive deal, we need to understand the problem it's built to solve. This isn't just some fancy upgrade for the sake of it. No, this is a shield against a threat that could literally break the entire internet as we know it. And that's a fair question, right? I mean, our current encryption is incredibly strong. It protects our banking, our private messages, pretty much everything. But the digital locks we rely on every single day, well, they have a hidden vulnerability. And honestly, their time is running out.
So this slide gets to the absolute heart of it. It's a fundamental shift. See, today's security is all built on math problems that are so ridiculously complex that our best computers would take millions of years to solve them. But quantum security, that's different. It's built on the non-negotiable, unbreakable laws of physics, something no amount of computing power will ever change. And here it is, the threat in plain English. Our security today relies on math problems that are super hard for normal computers. But quantum computers, they're not just going to be faster. They will literally think in a different way, a way that's perfectly designed to solve exactly those kinds of problems. And when they arrive, they could make our current security useless pretty much overnight. Poland is getting ready for that day right now.
Okay, so how in the world does this futuristic lock actually work? It sounds kind of impossible, but it all comes down to sending secrets that are hidden inside tiny little particles of light. Let's dig into how this creates a lock that knows, instantly, if a spy is listening in.
All right, first things first. You got to understand the most important part of any digital lock, the key. Just like a physical key opens a door, an encryption key is just a secret code that locks and unlocks your digital stuff. And really, the entire game of cybersecurity is all about protecting this key.
This whole system is called quantum key distribution, or QKD for short. So you have Alice, who wants to send a message to Bob. The encrypted message itself can actually travel over the normal internet. But the secret key, the thing you need to unlock it, that gets sent through this special quantum channel. And that is the part protected by physics. If an eavesdropper, let's call her Eve, tries to intercept that key, the system knows immediately and the key is just thrown away. This right here is the one single, beautiful rule that makes all of this work. At the quantum level, the world of the super small, you cannot look at something without disturbing it. The moment a spy tries to observe the particles of light that are carrying the key, they physically change them. There is simply no way to spy silently. It's against the laws of the universe.
And honestly, this is the perfect way to picture it. Imagine writing the secret key in some kind of invisible ink. As it's being passed from the sender to the receiver, a spy tries to shine a little flashlight on it to read it. But the moment they do, poof, the ink vanishes, the key is gone. And the receiver just gets a blank piece of paper, so they know instantly that somebody tried to peek. That, in a nutshell, is QKD.
Okay, this is where we need to be really precise. Uncrackable is a very strong word, and in the world of security, you have to be careful with words like that. So let's clarify exactly what this technology does, and maybe just as important, what it doesn't do.
And this slide makes the distinction crystal clear. On the one hand, yes, QKD makes it physically impossible to secretly copy the encryption key while it's being sent. That one specific part of the process is, for all intents and purposes, uncrackable. But on the other hand, no, it is not a magic shield against everything. It's not going to stop a virus on your computer, and it won't prevent a dishonest employee who has legitimate access from stealing data. Think of it as a vital new layer of armor, not some invincible force field.
So now let's zoom back in on Poland and see how this incredible theory is actually being used in the real world. Because this isn't some lab experiment or research paper, it's a fully functioning system protecting a real city right now.
And there it is. Take a look. This is not a computer rendering. It's not a stock photo. This is the actual military-grade hardware they have deployed. You can see the heavy-duty connections, the specialized equipment. This is science fiction turned into reality just sitting on a rack in a data center.
But here's something you have to understand. QKD isn't working alone. Not at all. It's one piece of a much larger, multi-layered defense. You've got massive supercomputers crunching data, you've got AI constantly watching the networks for any weird behavior, and then you have QKD providing that unbreakable, physics-based protection for the keys.
And this is the brain of the whole operation. Meet Helios. It's one of the fastest supercomputers on the entire planet. And its job is to watch over the city's IT systems, analyze just immense amounts of data in real time, and then find and shut down threats the moment they appear. It's the raw power that makes this whole defensive strategy even possible.
You know, this whole effort is really driven by this powerful idea called digital sovereignty. And it's pretty simple, actually. It's the belief that a nation's most sensitive data should stay inside its own borders, on its own computer systems, protected by its own defenses. It's about not having to rely on foreign tech, and just like the slide says, it's about keeping your most valuable stuff in your own safe.
So what does all this mean for the big picture? I mean, by doing this now, Poland isn't just protecting itself. It's actually paving the way for a whole new era of security that could eventually benefit everyone. And this is absolutely the right way to look at it. What Poland has done is a landmark achievement, no doubt. It's a huge, critical first step into a quantum-secure world. But it is not the end of the story. The internet isn't suddenly safe, and you can be sure the hackers haven't just given up.
But by being one of the first, by actually testing and deploying this technology in the real world, Poland has become a true pioneer. They are literally creating the blueprint, proving that this can be done. It's pretty much a guarantee that other governments and big cities are going to be watching and following this model very, very closely over the next decade.
Which brings us to one last question to leave you with. You know, the arms race in cybersecurity never ever stops. So if the key, the encryption key, is no longer the weakest link because it's now protected by the laws of physics, where will attackers focus their energy next? It's a question that really shows you just how much this technology is about to change the entire game.